Hey guys, how's it going? It's Al. Week 18 top running backs on DraftKings. I'm going to take a look at a whole bunch of them. We have a good slate this weekend for week 18, but a lot of things are going to change. So if you see something that is different from this video, because news has broken out that has changed the shape of the slate, as is commonplace on the final week of the seasons. Previous seasons, week 17, this year in 2021-22 season, week 18, you don't have to be a cosplay Shefty and let us know that somebody that I spoke about in the video is no longer in play because they are not going to play, or the coaches said they're going to play one quarter. We just have to be able to be nimble. Thankfully, the last 3 weeks have kind of taught us that, and you guys are doing a fantastic job in the replies. So thank you for being understanding about the changing nature of the NFL DFS and the way it is right now due to Omicron, and more this week also due to just it being the final week of the regular season. So appreciate y'all being here. Drop a like on the video. We shoot for 10%. If this video gets like 8,000 views, we got to have over 800 likes on the video. Subscribe to the channel, ring the notifications bell, leave me a reply down below. Let's go.
He's a legend.
The final Smiz Gang Listener League of the regular season. DraftKings kept it the same size. You guys did an amazing job of filling it last week with 3,250 competitors, 5 max. That's the most you can put in. $10 entry fee and absolutely no rake. The best tournament on DraftKings rides again for week 18. So make sure that you get in there. I believe it is going to fill, and it is probably going to fill a few hours before lock. So lock up your spots now at smizzle.tv/league. That link again is smizzle.tv/league. It has not changed any week this season. Every single video, I seem to have somebody in the replies saying, Al, I can't find your tournament on DraftKings. How do I find it? You find it by going to smizzle.tv/league. There's a link in the description down below if you click show more. Bookmark that. It will always take you to the Listener League. Our first running back on the list is the very obvious and very talented Jonathan Taylor. He's extremely good. They're favored by about 1 million points against Jacksonville this week. Jacksonville has done a poor job at stopping opposing running backs. The Colts have a team total above 28, I believe. Going into this week, expected 4 touchdowns on the game. I think they have a team total of like 28.5, so 4 expected touchdowns from that offense. And Jonathan Taylor leading the league in terms of inside the 5 carries on the season. Touchdown upside here, 100-yard bonus upside, as he's hit that pretty much most of the weeks since week 4, right? That great TikTok with the guy with the dog. Hold my hand. Now just hold my hand. I tell you, now let's go. Let's go. Hang on to my hand. Like, that's Jonathan Taylor to all of his fantasy managers this year, weeks 1 through 3. Just be patient. Just hold my hand. And then the rest of it, we're going. We're moving. Every single week, a shot at the 100-yard bonus and a touchdown or multiple touchdowns. He has been involved in the passing game, but not as much recently because they've taken, except for Las Vegas, they've taken big leads. They have utilized him more in the passing game. Would love to see more of that moving forward, just to bolster that floor on DraftKings, because when we see him go away from being used in the passing game, yeah, he's got that 100-yard upside, touchdown upside, but if he doesn't sneak into the end zone, the opportunity for like a sub 15-point day certainly exists. Those weeks where he was involved in the passing game with 4 or more targets, we're talking about 25 to 40 points as a reasonable expectation. Certainly in play for us this week if you can afford to get up to him, and I believe that you will be able to. Dalvin Cook, if healthy and getting a full load in the passing game, will be a great play this week. It is yet to be seen whether he will. I am on the side of believing that he is going to get his usual 20-plus touches in this game, being 2 weeks off of the COVID list. That first week back from COVID, we've seen teams take it easy on players, as it is a respiratory disease. It is a lung disease. We'll see if he gets back to his normal usage. I believe that he will. He was also kind of scripted out of this game a little bit with them losing 150,000 to 6 against the Green Bay Packers. In Green Bay, they get to go at home this week against Chicago. Much better expectation for him as a home favorite than as a road dog to a talented Green Bay offense and defense. David Montgomery, on the other side of this game, has seen tremendous volume the whole second half of the season, much like the run-in that we saw from him last year. 20-plus points in 3 of his last 5 games. Massive touchdown upside with 4 touchdowns in the last 5 games. Great usage in the passing game as well. They are on the road here, but Minnesota's defense has not shown any sort of, what would be the word? Consistency, talent, aggression, ability to stop opponents. They haven't shown any of that sort of stuff this year. Not questioning them as football players or as grown men. They're certainly great individuals, but like they just don't work together well on the field. Now, whether that's the coaching staff, whether that's the team, whether it's problems in the locker room, I don't know, but they're just not performing defensively. And David Montgomery, with the volume that he gets, is in another great spot, and a game flow independent running back who, no matter whether they're playing from ahead and he scores touchdowns or playing from behind and he gets elevated usage in the passing game, does project to exceed his salary expectation at $6,800 in week 18. I've recently started the Al Smizzle Fantasy Football YouTube channel for all of your season-long and best ball videos that I produce that you guys like to watch, whether it's a draft that I'm doing with our community, whether it's the Best Ball Mania on Underdog Fantasy, whether we're talking about a way too early first round, my top 10 running backs, my best draft, all that, the videos that I was putting out last summer and during August are not going to exist on the main channel that you're watching right now. They will be on Al Smizzle Fantasy Football. So go to smizzle.tv/FF, drop a subscribe. The first video is going to be coming out later this week with my year 2021 in review. How my content did, just like the recap video that I do every Monday. That's going to kick off the Fantasy Football channel. I would love it if you come over. If you guys enjoy the DFS content, I think that you would also enjoy my off-season fantasy football content where we take deeper dives into players that we expect to regress, players we expect to boom, and all of those videos for your season-long and best ball needs. Devin Singletary is a value once again. Why he's 6K on DraftKings, I have no idea. His price came up about 10%, but it's nowhere near enough considering the fact that the Buffalo Bills are at home and massively favored, the fact that he's played 95% of snaps and got 90+% of the running back touches over the last 3 weeks for the Buffalo Bills, and now squares off against the New York Jets, who cannot stop any running backs unless they get injured themselves. Singletary is certainly a favorite to score a touchdown here, not even considering the fact that he has 4 in the past 3, but more considering the matchup, the fact that they are at home and favored, and the amount of volume that he's gotten in a very high-powered offense with one of the highest team totals on the week. His price, in my opinion, this week, based on the past 3, should be somewhere around $6,500 to $7,000, closer to that David Montgomery range, but it certainly is not there, and the matchup and the price and the recent volume makes me believe that he is going to be one of the highest played running backs on this slate, and for good reason. Moving on to SONY MICHEL, who is also 6K. Whoever has been the Rams lead back has basically gotten 90% of the running back snaps and 90% of the running back touches in a very high powered, explosive offense. We know how much McVay runs the ball once he gets inside the 10-yard line, so big time touchdown upside on the ground. MICHEL had been rumored for years, because that was not his job in New England, to not be able to catch the football. He's doing a fine job catching the football once being installed as the lead back for the Rams because of Henderson's injury issues late in the season. They're at home in a game where they want to win against San Francisco. If the Rams win, they put themselves in position to play home games the next 2 weeks. If they lose, they're going to probably end up going on the road to like Dallas next week. There's other things in play as well, but like this is a situation where the Rams got to get it done at home against San Francisco at SoFi. SF? San Francisco? SF? SoFi? Ooh, there's some sort of narrative there. I don't know what it is. But Chase Edmonds going up against Seattle, assuming that Connor might be out again, is the play. If Connor is back, then I like Edmonds less, but with Connor out, Edmonds has seen ridiculous volume. Now, he cashed in on it 2 weeks ago, and he didn't cash in on it against Dallas. Dallas being one of the top... I haven't checked this morning, but before last week, they were the #1 DVOA defense in the league. Overall, they played pretty all right against a very high-powered Arizona offense, and now they get Seattle, Arizona does, who is nowhere near one of the top 2 or 3 DVOA defenses that exists in the league. So if Connor is out, a great spot for Chase Edmonds, who gets like 95% of the snaps, 95% of the running back touches, including a ton of usage in the passing game. 15 targets for a running back over a 2-week stretch is a lot. So if Connor's back, that changes my view on this pick, and he becomes more of a tournament only. Maybe we like him, maybe we don't, and the percentage comes way down. But if Connor's out, Chase Edmonds at 5,800 is a smash play. And Deontay Foreman, I don't expect to have very many people on him at all, but has looked extremely good with 300-yard games over his last 5 played. 3 touchdowns in the last 4, 5,700. Playing against Houston, a good spot for him is that they need to establish the run. That is the basis of their offense for what they try to do in Tennessee, and work off of that with play action a lot for their quarterback and their passing game. So Foreman, a big back, a hammering back, not exactly like Derrick Henry, but cut from the same cloth in terms of size, weight, speed ratios. So Foreman at 5,700 is my final top running back play. There's a few $5 running backs that are in there. Dalvin Cook fits into that $5 mold. Devin Singletary, SONY MICHEL, and Chase Edmonds all are $5 running backs this week. So I wish you the best going into week 18. Go drop a follow or subscribe on the Fantasy Football channel. If you'd be so kind, drop a like on this video, subscribe here. Look out for another video right there.
He's a legend.